Hello and welcome to One Source Overseas. This is Sandeep Jadhav, your guide, your mentor. And today we have Julia from Russia. Julia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, dear candidates, parents, and students. My name is Julia. I'm the Student Service Manager of the group of Russian state universities, which is called RAKUS.
So, Julia, we are here to unfold certain myths and certain misconceptions for the MBBS education in Russia. We want students to learn more about Russia as a destination for MBBS. So, my first straight direct question to you is uh, how do you find Russian medical universities in terms of global recognition and accreditation?
All our universities are government. It means all of them are public and all of them are recognized by the World Health Organization, by Medical Council of India, so everywhere, in other Western countries also. It's not a problem for a student to continue their studies or practice in other Western countries or even in India.
Absolutely. So many of the students wanted to know, like, since it's a Russian language is the native language over there, uh, is the MBBS course, that's a 6 year long course, being fully taught in English?
We provide studies in English language. It means that our professors speak English, and it means that students will have classes, exams, and internship in English.
Would you like to explain what is the typical duration and the course curriculum for MBBS in Russia?
So MBBS in Russia is 6 years, and internship is included into the main educational program. And if we speak about the curriculum, for the first year it will be approximately 25 subjects, and the number of subjects will become less within years because the university will focus on, for example, only medical subjects. And if we speak about the working week, it's usually from Monday to Friday. Yes, sometimes partially it can be even Saturdays, but the number of subjects and number of classes will be less. For example, if we speak about the classes from Monday to Friday, it can be 6 or 7 classes per day. For Saturdays, it can be 2 or 3 classes per day, and the duration of one class is 1 hour and a half.
Okay, quite detailed explanation to that. Are there any particular universities in Russia which are more preferred by Indian students according to you?
We have the biggest number of students in Tambov State University, due to that this university is very close to Moscow. Anyway, we also offer such universities, Saratov State Medical University and Astrakhan State Medical University. So these universities are most popular among Indian students.
When you said that it's a Russian state university, it means that it's a government recognized or government university. But I have also come across instances where students have chosen private universities. So how do you recommend student to go with, or understand choosing the right university between a government university and private university? Are private universities always bad, or government universities are always better than the private university? What is your suggestion about it?
Due to the fact that we have government universities, I offer students government universities. All of them are recognized everywhere, and you have never faced with some bad cases or problems after your studies.
Okay. And as we say that when it comes to Astrakhan University or Saratov State University, Tambov State University, uh, students can be rest assured, right, that the complete course is taught in English and there is no, nowhere their lectures will be held in Russian language. Is that correct?
But one more thing, it's correct, but one more thing, that Russian language will be a compulsory subject during the studies, because students have to speak Russian a little bit, because when they will have internship, not each patient speaks English.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. If we're speaking about old generation, mostly they don't understand English, but if we speak about youngsters, teenagers, they understand English. In any way, you will have, not you, but students will have a teacher, supervisor, who will speak in English with them.
Okay. There is always a question coming down from student side whether NEET is mandatory to clear the NEET. Although they have some of them have cleared it, some of them failed, right? But how important is it for someone to clear NEET essentially to come to Russia for MBBS?
One more important thing, that NEET is not a mandatory thing for Russia.
Okay.
Yeah, it's important thing for students. We just follow Indian legislation, and usually we ask students to provide NEET results just to be sure that everything will be okay with the future. Because when students pass NEET results, they have qualified, then they are able to continue their studies abroad. And then after completing 6 years, for example, in Russia, they have to come back to India and pass next exam. So it is FMG or screening test. And without NEET results, their degree will not be recognized. That's why NEET is important for Indian students, but for Russia, it's enough to have the certificate of successful passing. And once again, as I mentioned, we just ask to be sure that everything will be okay. Because we are worried about our students.
Great that you're concerned about students and you really want them to be successful. Coming from that point of view, how early should a student start applying? What are the documents necessary to make application to the university?
The whole process takes up to 2 months. Just the first thing that students have to do is to provide a high school certificate with mark sheets and passport. If they don't have passport at the moment of application, they can apply with Aadhaar.
Okay.
But further, until the end of intake, they have to provide passport anyway. Yeah, and additionally, as I mentioned previously, we ask them to provide NEET results. Yeah, but just to be sure, once again, that everything will be okay with students' future. Yeah.
Right, right. And coming down to Russian language, how easy or how difficult or how long does it take for a naive person to come to the country and learn the Russian language? What would be the duration in which they will be able to learn?
It depends on the student, because if students are interested into studying Russian language, it's enough even a year, even half a year. They can use Duolingo as the app for studies. Anyway, we have some cases, and when we even don't know that students, I'm speaking about second year students, have already known Russian language. It means that when they are in culture, when they are among citizens, anyway, they will speak Russian very fast. Just basic words like hello or goodbye or how should I buy this or that thing.
Okay. So very important tip that comes along in the from Miss Julia is Duolingo is your partner. You should enroll as soon as possible with the Russian language course, even when you are planning or you've just started to decide to go to Russia for your MBBS. Download the application, start learning the language. It will just help you to cope up well. Any kind of challenges that Indian students face from clinical rotations, like what kind of challenges? Because Russia is a new country for them. Obviously, the language barriers are there. By the time they go on a clinical rotations, I think they're already through a lot of learnings. Do they face any kind of challenges during the clinical rotations to adjust themselves to the Russian culture and the language?
Usually no, because due to the fact that in each university we have intercultural community, we try to make the society union. That's why in each university there are lots of events for them to represent their countries. Anyway, even during studies, we try to make polite atmosphere, and we're tolerant. Anyway, but the one thing that students usually faces, it's weather. It's not about weather, it's about clothes. It's very important to arrive in Russia with not in t-shirts, not in jackets. Just it's better to wear warm coat, sneakers and hats.
Okay.
Because when they arrive in Russia, it's it's pretty cold. It's November, it's December time. That's why avoid t-shirts, shorts, and wear warm jackets.
So another tip that is, if you don't want to get frozen the moment you enter Russia, you just need to do your proper shopping. And at OneSource, we provide you the shopping list before you fly. We give you the guidelines, what kind of clothes you need to buy, what kind of shoes you need to buy, weather friendly according to the Russian weather, because that just will help you to keep yourself warm and comfortable. So coming down to the internship, like NMC has laid down some guidelines that the last year should be a full, complete internship. So, does the universities that we represent are following the last year as a complete internship norm?
Internship will be even from the first year, but the duration of studies, as I mentioned, 6 years. Anyway, there will be additional agreement that students have internship in amount 12 months.
Okay, so at the end they get an
Yeah.
internship letter of completion of that shows that that all the NMC guidelines are being followed by the universities, so that when you come back to India, you can attend for the next examination, FMG examination, and you can clear the screening without any hassle. Uh, Three tips that you would like to offer to Indian students who are, who would want to come to Russia for MBBS and then come back to India and successfully start their practice in India?
The first thing that I would like to say that's about high quality education and quality equipment, with the help of which students can become a good doctor. The second one is that in our universities there are preparation courses, FMG. It's next.
And that starts in which year?
It's depends up to students' desire. If they would like to study and prepare this year, usually, as I know, they do that on last years.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly because after 6 years they prepare. Sorry, not prepare, but pass next exam after 6 years when they come back to India. Yeah.
Okay.
And anyway, it's up to them. But most important thing that even that's why. Sorry. We focus on Indian students also, and we know that they have to pass FMG next exam. That's why even to the main program, questions from FMG from next exam were included. So it means that even it's no need to attend additional preparation classes for additional price. Yeah, so if students study, if students attend main program, main curriculum, they will pass FMG.
Great news. So you don't have to put special attempts to do another coaching coming back to India, waste one more year to prepare for FMG. The universities that we are talking about have FMG integrated curriculum, wherein you don't really need to specially prepare for FMG. You're already ready to come back and attempt the examination. Great, thank you. One more question that I have is, since student knows that okay, there are XYZ tuition fees that is coming down to 6 years of tenure, but besides that, would you like to add up something on the living cost and tuition fees? Interestingly, the universities that we're talking about, a couple of them also have free accommodations for Indian students. Add a lot on your cost of accommodation, because it can go up to 8 lakhs for 6 years, and that your organization is offering free of cost to Indian students. So what will be the living cost, including if there is an accommodation cost in Russia, and barring the accommodation cost, what would be the living expenses for food, clothing, and little bit of entertainment?
For Russia, for universities and for cities like Tambov, Saratov, and Astrakhan, it's enough to have $200 or $300 per month. It's more than enough, including food, clothes, a lot of activities. Okay. Indian cuisine is also available. I would like to clarify that in Russia. Yeah.
So all these universities do have Indian food availability. And how about the grocery and the vegetables and the spices that are required, or the Indian students are habitual of? What kind of facilities are available for Indian students?
In our markets, they can find anything that they want. Anyway, we also, as in India, we have app for online shopping, and in this, students also can order spices, specific cutlery, even I don't know, vegetable specific fruits, something like that. Just when they arrive in Russia, our managers will help them to download these apps. They will inform them about everything that students have to know and have to do. It means that when you arrive in Russia, you will have full assistance from our organization.
Okay, coming down to the most intimidating question that every time every university come across from the student is what kind of scholarships does universities offer in Russia?
Our universities provide partially funded scholarships to our students. It means that price has been already reduced regarding this scholarship. That's why total fee structure will be 3.84 lakhs per year. And once again, as you mentioned previously, accommodation will be free in some universities.
That's taking off a lot of cost and burden from Indian students, because even if they're studying in India, they're going to study at the same cost if they get admissions into public government universities or government colleges. And if they're going to private colleges, it's going to be 10 times of what it's costing in Russia. So great. Any one underrated university that you think Indian students should look at and is great for Indian students to complete their education, quality education, and have a rewarding, successful career back here in India as a doctor?
It depends on students' desire because, as I told, all of our universities are approximate at the same rank because all of them are government and the curriculum will be similar no matter where they would like to study. Everything depends on student desire. If they would like to live near Moscow, then both State University will suit them. If they are focusing on studying mostly, the other state medical universities. If they are focusing on similar weather conditions and also studying a lot of events also, then Astrakhan State Medical University suits them. The biggest number of students anyway, Indian students, I mean, we have in Tambov State University.
Tambov State,
yeah,
okay.
Because it's not so far from Moscow. That's why students like to visit Moscow on weekends or on holidays. That's why the biggest number of students we have there. Anyway, in Russia, we have nowadays approximately 30,000 students from India.
I'm very keen to know more about Tambov State University. Stay tuned. We'll be coming back to you with details on Tambov State University about the processes, the facilities, and the quality of education that Tambov State University brings to you. We'll be bringing that to you. However, like looking at the group of universities that you guys represent are more than 100 years old. These are government recognized universities. They are ranked in top 100 Forbes university ranking. So I believe that, every student should look at these aspects before choosing the right university to study in Russia. The ranking matters, accreditation matters, the WHO accreditations matter. Overall, how Indian student can acclimatize to the environment matters. So do look into all of these aspects and then look at the financial aspect too. So Julia, any last word that you want to give to our Indian students who are aspiring to join MBBS in Russia?
So we will be waiting for you in Russia and we will provide you fully assistance for all years, as I mentioned previously. Hopefully see you in Russia this intake.
But I would like to stop here because when you said that we'll be waiting for you in Russia, that means you are going to provide them services in Russia once they reach there, right?
Absolutely.
So what are the services that you're going to provide? Like right from airport to what facilities are you going to provide? What kind of assistance you're going to provide to students?
So always we meet students at Moscow airport because always they arrive at Moscow airport. That's why our team will be there with a table. Rakus.
Okay.
Yeah, and we will help them to check their documents, to buy SIM cards. Within some time, we also help them to open Russian bank account, and then we provide them domestic tickets from Moscow to another city, like to Tambov, to Saratov, or to Astrakhan, and also our local managers at our branches. Also, we meet them at Tambov or at Saratov or in Astrakhan, and then at local cities, they also provide full assistance to students, because in each university we have our branches, and daily students can come to our office to solve all problems or to greet us. So no matter what they would like to discuss that time, they just want to visit us, meet us, and say hello.
Parents. So this is a family that you have in Russia. If you send students, you must be concerned that how my child is going to reach the university, how my child is going to get acclimatized. But there is a team that is waiting in Russia who is going to take care of you, who are going to receive you at the airport, to drop you, and everything that she said. So I think you have a family in Russia who is going to help you throughout the tenure of your MBBS. And I would really like to congratulate you for providing these kind of services to our students, and that means a lot to parents. So thank you, Julia, thank you for joining us, and it was a wonderful session. I hope you students like this. Do subscribe the channel for such insights, and see you in the next video. Thank you.